Hi guys, my name is Sarah, and this lighting is terrible. So my dog is going to be joining me for this video, apparently. That's a lot better. Okay. Hi guys, my name is Sarah, and this is my first ever YouTube video, and I look like an actual piece of garbage, but it's okay because I'm not putting on makeup to sit at home. Also, I just realized it looks like I'm not wearing a shirt, but I definitely am, so there we go. So today I wanted to make a video about my freshman year experience as a dietetics major, and I wanted to make this video because when I was a senior in high school, I was, obviously really trying hard to figure out what I wanted to do, and once I had chosen dietetics, I got on YouTube and try to figure out if I could find anyone who was already a dietetics major and see what their experience was like. And I didn't really find that. I found a few channels from people who are already dietitians, but no YouTubers who are actively in college studying dietetics, if that makes any sense. And so I really wanted to document my journey along the way, just in case there might be anyone who was like me who wanted to know before they chose dietetics or while they're going through it themselves, just to feel like you're not alone, because there's not many of us dietetics majors out there, which is so crazy to me because dietetics is such a growing career path. So I don't understand why no one's documenting it, no one's talking about their experience as it. So if you don't already know, dietetics is basically the study of nutrition. It's a 4-year degree, and after completing a 4-year degree, to become a registered dietitian, you have to participate in an internship for, I guess, they vary in length, a year to 2 years. Some of them have master's degrees thrown in. And after you do that internship, you can take the exam to become a registered dietitian. So what I discovered after I had chosen dietetics as my major was that there were not many schools that had it as a major option. So that's something to really keep in mind if you are looking at schools and you really are thinking about dietetics, is make sure they have the major, because not a lot of schools have it. So I'm getting very off track. This is not what this video is about. I wanted to talk about my freshman year experience. So let's get on into it. So to start off, I just like to disclaim, I know that every school that has dietetics is the requirements are different. What I'm basically saying is all the requirements are different, and I go to a smaller private school where dietetics is a thing. Still not a big thing, but it's a thing, and we have a really good department, and they just try to really give us what we need without making us go for instance, one of the public universities I looked at, their dietetics program has a prereq of taking Gen Chem 1, Gen Chem 2, OChem 1, OChem 2, and then just other things that I don't have to take personally. Also, I would like to say that some schools have it where you have to apply into their their dietetic program after sophomore year, but that is not how my school is. So, and like I said before, some dietetics programs have you take actual general chemistry 1 and 2, and then organic chemistry 1 and 2. That was not the case for me. For my program, we have to take intro to chemistry, intro to organic chemistry, intro to biochemistry, and then nutritional biochemistry. Those are the 4 chemistries that we have to take. So it's a little bit different. First semester, I'm sorry, my hair is really getting on my nerves. First semester, I took 3 classes that were specific to the dietetics program. I took intro to chemistry, basic foods, and professional orientation. And intro to chemistry also, I think, doubles as science, general education thing, but I don't know, that's just like what I was supposed to take. So I know I was in there with like a lot of people who weren't dietetics. They were just like a bunch of random majors. So I took intro to chemistry my first semester, and honestly the teacher that I had was like so easy. And I know that might not be the case obviously for everybody, but the one that I had was like really pretty simple. Like if you did the work and you did what you were supposed to, then you were pretty much guaranteed an A. And like he let us have cheat sheets on our quizzes and tests, and it was so simple. Lab, however, I am not a lab person. I've discovered this about myself. I hate labs. I hate them so much. And I don't know of anybody that likes them, to be honest, but like I just hated chemistry lab. And it was partially my fault because there were 2 sections of lab. I think it was 2:45 to 4:35, and then there was one from 4:45 to 6:35. And when I was little baby freshman making my schedule at orientation, I was like, oh, I'm gonna love that little break in the afternoon. No, I did not like it because sometimes I would like take a nap and then have to wake up at 4:45 to go to chem lab, half asleep. The good thing about it was, though, is that most of the time it didn't last the whole 2 hours. It was usually like pretty quick, like usually out under an hour. But still, and like I get it, like you need to see how these things work, but I just hate chemistry lab, okay? So the other class I took that was like actually specifically dietetics related, and I know I was in there with like some people who were like minoring in nutrition, but it was called basic foods, and it was basically it was basically we just like went through all the different food things and like talked about different things you can make. Like for instance, we did like meats, eggs, a week on milk, a week on fruits and vegetables, like, and then we would talk about all the different things like surrounding it. And then that was my Monday, Wednesday class we only had on Monday, Wednesday. And then after class on Wednesday, we would have a cooking lab where we had like 6 stations, and we would divide up into groups, and then we would each cook a different recipe that illustrated some kind of like technique or something like that, and then we would all get together and talk about it. We could all like go around and taste. And that's what one thing I really love about my school in general, my school specifically, is that like the kitchen and like the area that we used to cook is so nice. They just like redid it. Oh my goodness, I love it. And that class was fun for the most part. Like I had a really good group. I was with 2 of my really good friends, and we had a lot of fun. And then the lab reports were like super easy. It was just like questions our teacher would give us, and we could like look it up in the book and everything. And so class was pretty fun. I just don't like labs. It's as simple as that. But the other class that I took for dietetics last fall was called professional orientation, and it was the easiest class I've ever had in my whole entire college career thus far. It was a 1 credit hour class. I had it 1 time a week, Monday at 2, yes. And basically every week we would have a different speaker that was like from a different area of dietetics. So like for instance, we had like a hospital dietitian, a nursing home dietitian, people that worked in different areas of food service, and just like all kinds, anything that you can think of for a dietitian to be, like they came and talked to us about it. And it was just basically to introduce us to the dietetic profession, and to show us like all of the different areas that we could go in with our major. And I thought that was really cool, and I thought it was really helpful, especially for like freshmen. And I know a side note, I know of like a few people that like actually dropped out of the major because of that class, which is a good and a bad thing, I guess, however you want to look at it. I don't know, it just like encouraged me more. So, but I know people who definitely like thought or figured out that dietetics wasn't for them after that class, and that's okay. So, what am I thinking? I actually took one more class that was specific for dietetics, and that was elementary statistics. And I'm pretty sure at every school you have to take some kind of statistics before, or for dietetics. And that class was my hardest class that I've had yet. It's my only C in college that I've had. Because I don't know, I just didn't understand anything that was going on, and I don't feel like the teacher like really helped me. And maybe it's just my own fault. Maybe, I mean, it's a hard class, and I really don't feel like I should have had that first semester freshman year, but I survived it. I didn't fail it. I don't have to take it again. Praise be. So yeah, that's that. Spring semester, I had a very good schedule. I had very good classes, very good teachers. I cannot complain about spring semester. It's so much better than fall semester. Like, I literally cannot even explain it to you. And, like, I feel like spring semester in general, for most freshmen, is better than fall semester because you're more settled in. Like, you got your friends, you know your way around, you have your routines. Like, it's great. So, I took 3 classes that were specific to dietetics again. No, I took 4 in the fall. I don't know what I'm saying. I took 3 spring semester. So, and then I took 3 like gen ed classes. So, my brain is not working. So the first class I'm going to talk about is Intro to Biochemistry. No, Intro to Organic Chemistry. I'm taking Intro to Biochem in the fall. So Intro to Organic Chemistry was 1,000 times better than Intro to Chemistry. I had a really good teacher, and he explained things really well and made everything simple as can be for us. And most of the people in that class were dietetics majors, so like I knew them. It was a very, very, very small class, even for my school. Like, my school's pretty small, and like most of the classes are like on the smaller side, but this class had probably, I want to say like 15 people, if that, maybe like 12. And it made it like a really like intimate kind of environment, and our labs were so fun, and that's probably the only lab I've ever liked, to be honest. It was just a really good, fun environment with the friends. Again, like, I've got my dietetic people in there, my friends that I know, and so it was just fun. And our teacher was like really like lenient with us. Sometimes he just like randomly cancel lab. It was just a lot better, and it wasn't like at like 6 p.m. None of that nonsense. It was like 1 in the afternoon, a really good time. So that was that. I loved Intro to Organic, and like, I really understand why we have to like take organic chemistry. I don't know what I was saying. I'm so bad at this. So Tuesday, Thursdays were my nutrition heavy classes. I had 2 classes on Tuesday, Thursday, and they were both nutrition related. So Tuesday and Thursday I was in full nutrition mode. So my first class of the day was Principles of Nutrition, and this is my favorite class that I've had in college. Like, I cannot stress enough to you how much I loved this class. It was so good, so fun. And maybe it's just because I love the teacher so much, and she's just so great. She's been a registered dietitian for so long. Like, she's so good. I love her. I love her so much. And she just made class so like fun and like easy to understand. She's like a little all over the place, but I'm like that too, so I was like easy to understand her. It was easy to understand her. In that class, it was made up of dietetic majors, exercise science, and nursing majors, so it wasn't just dietetic people. Oh my gosh, I just love that class. I found it so interesting, and maybe it's because I'm such a nutrition nerd. I don't know, but I also did really well in that class, so like, I'm really happy about it. And it just kind of like further proved to me that I'm where I need to be, and like, I'm studying what I need to be studying, and I'm just like so happy right now about it. I don't know. Side note. And then the last class of that day was called Food Science and Production. And I went into this class not knowing what to expect, because I never had the teacher before. I mean, I'm a freshman, or I was a freshman, so like, obviously I haven't had the teacher before. But this class was a junior level class, and me and one other girl were the only freshmen in there out of 24. The rest were like mostly juniors and seniors. There was a few sophomores, and we were all dietetics majors. It's a dietetics class specifically, and because it's like one of the major classes, the grading scale was like a little bit harder, I guess, than most of my other classes, and the teacher was like harder on us, and I did not really enjoy this class, mostly because of the subject matter. Like, I love learning why food does the things that it does, but it's just like there's only so much, I don't know, there's only so much I can take of it. And I don't know what I was expecting from this class, but it was not what I expected at all. And it was another lab, like cooking lab class, but the cooking labs were not as fun as they had been last semester. Basically, this class was like basic foods hard version and less fun version. I mean, I still had fun in the cooking labs and stuff, but I just like am not a cooking lab person. Thank goodness I'm done with cooking labs forever. I'm so happy. And I'm really glad that I went ahead and got this class out of the way, because I don't know. I'm just happy now because my schedule for next semester and then the semester after that is going to be like really fun for me. I'm a school nerd, so keep that in mind. But we would do the cooking labs, and then we'd have to go and write like really long lab reports about it. And the lab reports had to be like in technical writing, and it was just like not my favorite. But I did okay in that class. I narrowly missed getting an A. I would have had all A's this semester if it hadn't been for that class. But that's okay. We're thriving. We're surviving. It's okay. Also, we had to do like a few presentations in that class, I think. We had to do one presentation, like a recipe modification project, and then 2 like Iron Chef projects, which were fun. But that class was pretty good. It wasn't my favorite, but I appreciate it for what it is. So that, I think, will sum up my freshman year experience as a dietetics major. Next semester, I'm taking anatomy and intro to biochem, and those are my 2 like dietetics classes, and then my other 3 classes I'm taking are just gen ed. So maybe I'll make another one of these next year after I'm done. I don't even know if I'm posting this, because I don't know if I don't know. But I hope this helped some of y'all, and I also have some other videos that I want to make that are like dietetic specific. Ooh, that was better. So if I post this, maybe I'll post more. I don't know. It just depends. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, like overall my experience as a freshman dietetics major was good, and I'm glad that I went into college decided, because I mean, obviously you can decide on a dietetics major later in your college career, but it's not as easy because of like the way that the program is set up, at least at my school. And I assume it's kind of like that at other schools, just from what I've seen. So that's it. Thanks for watching, I guess. I hope you got some knowledge from this. And if you are going to college in the fall and you're majoring in dietetics, I wish you all the best. I wish you all the best anyways, even if you're not majoring in dietetics. Like, go you for going to college. Go you for not going to college. I don't know. Comment down below if you're majoring in dietetics, if you're already in college, when you're graduating, blah, blah, blah. Class of 2022. Right here. So, I think that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe if you wanna. Comment down below if you want to see more videos from me. And what specific topics you'd like me to talk about. I can talk about college. I can talk about life. I can talk about dietetics some more. Whatever you want, just let me know. Okay.